Ladies and gentlemen, week 8 is here. What's up, football fans? Big Al here on this Thursday, October 27th, 2022. And I'm about to take you through my week 8 picks in the National Football League, both straight up and against the spread. I will outline all these Sunday afternoon games. I will outline the maps, I should say, for all the Sunday afternoon games and give you the announced teams for each game. Before we get into all of that, let me remind you that the television maps and the announced teams for each game is courtesy of 506sports.com. Now, these maps are subject to change at a moment's notice, so make sure you log on to their website, which is www.506sports.com/NFL for any and all changes. And the point spreads and over-under totals are courtesy of the Sports Alerts app. And speaking of which, I have the NFL standings entering week number 8, so let's dive into those real quick. Starting off with the AFC North with the Baltimore Ravens and Cincinnati Bengals tied atop the division at 4-3, while both the Cleveland Browns and Pittsburgh Steelers are 2-5. The Buffalo Bills are on top the AFC East at 5-1, followed by the New York Jets at 5-2, the Miami Dolphins at 4-3, and the New England Patriots at 3-4. The Tennessee Titans lead the AFC South at 4-2, followed by the Indianapolis Colts at 3-1, the Jacksonville Jaguars at 2-5, and the Houston Texans at 1-4-1. And on the AFC West, the Kansas City Chiefs are at 5-2. The Los Angeles Chargers are 4-3. The Las Vegas Raiders 2-4, and the Denver Broncos 2-5. In the NFC North, it's the Minnesota Vikings leading the way at 5-1. Both the Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears are tied for second at 3-4, and the Detroit Lions sit in the basement with the NFL's worst record at 1-5. The Philadelphia Eagles lead the NFC East at 6-0. Then it's the New York Giants at 6-1, the Dallas Cowboys 5-2, and the Washington Commanders at 3-4. You have a tie at the top and at the bottom in the NFC South. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Atlanta Falcons are tied for the division lead at 3-4, while the Carolina Panthers and New Orleans Saints are tied at the bottom of this division at 2-5. And in the NFC West, it's the Seattle Seahawks at 4-3, the defending Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams at 3-3, and tied for third are the San Francisco 49ers and Arizona Cardinals, both 3-4. And with that, let's jump into my week number 8 picks, both straight up and against the spread. Plus, while I'm doing this, I will outline the television maps for all the Sunday afternoon games and give you the broadcasters for all 15 games this week. All right. In the bye week here in week number 8 are the top 2 teams in the AFC West, the 5-2 Kansas City Chiefs and the 4-3 Los Angeles Chargers, and we'll see both of those teams next week. The Chargers are in Atlanta, and then the Chiefs are home on Sunday night next week against the Tennessee Titans. So those 2 teams are off. All right, let's jump to Thursday night football with the Baltimore Ravens 4-3 at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 3-4. The Ravens come in number 10 in my week 8 power rankings. The Buccaneers just a spot below them at number 11. All right. The game is tonight, 8:15 Eastern, or less than 3 hours from now on Prime Video. The announcers are Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. This game will be locally televised on WMAR Channel 2 in Baltimore and on WTVT Channel 13 in Tampa. Current point spread as of 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, when I wrote all this info down, is Tampa Bay -2, and the over-under is at 46.5. I have the Ravens winning 28-24, the game finishing over the 46.5. And I'm picking Baltimore to cover the 2 points as the road underdog. Now to the Sunday schedule, and we have yet another trip to London on the itinerary as the 2-5 Denver Broncos take on the 2-5 Jacksonville Jaguars. And this is being played at Wembley Stadium in London. Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern and streaming on ESPN+. This game will be locally televised on KMGH Channel 7 in Denver and WJXT Channel 4 in Jacksonville. And the broadcast team for this game is Steve Levy, Louis Riddick, and Dan Orlovsky. Current point spread is Jacksonville -2, over-unders 39.5. I'm taking the Jaguars to win this game 20-14 because obviously I don't trust the Bronco offense. And I'm taking Jacksonville to cover the 2 points. Now to the Sunday afternoon portion of the schedule, starting off with the Arizona Cardinals at the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, Denver, by the way, they are number 25 in my Week 8 power rankings, while Jacksonville is 27. The Arizona Cardinals are number 21, while the Minnesota Vikings are number 5. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. And on the Fox early map on 506sports.com, this game is shaded in green. Main Fox stations are KSAZ Channel 10 here in Phoenix and KMSP Channel 9 in the Twin Cities, and both are Fox owned and operated stations. And this game does not have a large coverage area. It covers much of the Dakotas and a big chunk of Montana, in addition to airing to a vast majority of Arizona and Minnesota. So the major markets getting this game include Tucson, Des Moines, and Bismarck. The announcers for this game are Chris Myers and Mark Schlereth. Current point spread is Minnesota -3.5, over-unders 49. I picked the Vikings to win 31-24. I have this game finishing over the 49 points. And I have Minnesota covering the 3.5 as the home favorite. Then you have clash in the NFC South with the 2-5 Carolina Panthers, ranked number 31 in my power rankings, visiting the 3-4 Falcons, ranked number 22. Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. All right. On the Fox early map on 506sports.com, this game shaded in blue. Main Fox station and WAGA Channel 5 in Atlanta, which is a Fox owned and operated station. Major markets getting this game include Raleigh-Durham, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point, Columbia, and Myrtle Beach. And many of these smaller markets in Georgia will also get this game. The announcers are Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma. The Fox station in Eugene, Oregon is also getting this game. Current point spread is Atlanta -4. The over-under is 41. I'm taking the Falcons to win 27-16. I have this game finishing just over the 41-point total. And I have Atlanta covering the 4. Next up, you've got the 3-4 Chicago Bears, ranked number 30. Next up, you've got the 3-4 Chicago Bears, ranked number 29 in my power rankings. At the 5-2 Dallas Cowboys, ranked number 6. And this is the national game of interest in Game 1 of Fox's doubleheader, Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. The main Fox stations are both Fox-owned and operated, WFLD Channel 32 in Chicago and KDFW Channel 4 in Dallas-Fort Worth. And again, much of the country will be getting this game in the early window on Fox, including the local Fox stations in Seattle, Portland, Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, Sacramento, Fresno, Bakersfield, Reno, Las Vegas, Boise, Salt Lake City, Denver, Colorado Springs, Albuquerque, El Paso, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Wichita, Kansas City, St. Louis, Omaha, Little Rock, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Birmingham, Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Nashville, Memphis, Louisville, Lexington, Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Milwaukee, Madison, Green Bay, Grand Rapids, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Albany, New York City, Hartford, Providence, Boston, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Richmond, and Norfolk. The announcers for this game are Adam Amin and Daryl the Moose Johnston. Current point spread is Dallas -9, over-under is 42. I'm taking the Cowboys to win this game 28-23. I have this game finishing over the 42 points. And I'm taking the Chicago Bears as the visiting underdog at +9 to cover. Oh, and before we resume, if you hear any pounding on my ceiling, it's because I'm having solar panels installed, and you'll be hearing a lot of pounding up there. So apologies for all of that. Okay, moving on to the Las Vegas Raiders at 2-4 and ranked number 15 in my Week 8 power rankings. Traveling down to the Caesars Superdome to face the 2-5 New Orleans Saints, ranked number 26. Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. On the CBS map on 506sports.com, this game is listed in green. The main CBS stations are KLAS Channel 8 in Las Vegas and WWL Channel 4 in New Orleans. Major markets getting this game outside of Vegas and New Orleans include Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, Sacramento, Fresno, Bakersfield, Reno, Salt Lake City, and Baton Rouge. The announcers for this game are Kevin Harlan and Trent Green. Current point spread is Vegas -1, and the over-under is set at 49.5. I actually have the Raiders winning this game 35-20 and finishing over the total of 49.5. Plus, I have the Raiders covering that meager 1-point spread. Next up, it's the Miami Dolphins at 4-3 at the Detroit Lions at 1-5. The Dolphins are number 14 in my Week 8 power rankings. The Lions are number 28. Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. On the CBS map on 506sports.com, this game's listed in orange. The main CBS stations are both owned and operated. WFOR Channel 4 in Miami and WWJ Channel 62 in Detroit. Major markets getting this game outside of Detroit and Miami include Grand Rapids, Birmingham, Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa Bay, Fort Myers, and West Palm Beach. The announcers for this game are Andrew Catalan and James Lofton. Point spread currently is Miami -3.5, and the over-under is set at 51.5. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored at this one, especially how the Lions' offense has kind of struggled the last couple of games. I'm taking the Dolphins to win, however, 24-13. This game will finish well under the 51.5, and I'm picking Miami against the spread at -3.5. Okay, now to an AFC Eastern Division tilt at the Meadowlands, as the 3-4 New England Patriots, who are currently ranked number 16 in my Week 8 power rankings, takes on one of the NFL's biggest surprise teams of 2022, the 5-2 New York Jets, currently ranked number 12. Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. On the CBS map at 506sports.com, this game's listed in blue. Main CBS stations are WBZ Channel 4 in Boston and WCBS Channel 2 in New York, both of which are owned and operated stations of CBS. Large to major markets getting this game outside of Boston and New York include Hartford, Providence, Albany, Syracuse, Rochester, and Buffalo. So this game is primarily being aimed to the northeastern corner of the United States. The announcers are Ian Eagle and Charles Davis. Current point spread is New England -2.5, and the over-under is 40.5. I have the Patriots winning 26-21, and I have them covering the 2.5 points. Plus, I have the game finishing over the 40.5 point total. The final Sunday afternoon game is the Battle of the Quaker State, as the 2-5 Pittsburgh Steelers travel east along the Pennsylvania Turnpike to face the undefeated 6-0 Philadelphia Eagles. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Pittsburgh is ranked 93 in my Week 8 power ranks. Philadelphia is number 2. All right. On the CBS map on 506sports.com, this game is listed in red. So this is the national game of interest on CBS, at least in the early window. Main CBS stations are both owned and operated. KDKA Channel 2 in Pittsburgh and KYW Channel 3 in Philadelphia. Large to major markets outside of Philly and Pittsburgh getting this game include Seattle, Portland, Tucson, Denver, Colorado Springs, Albuquerque, El Paso, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Wichita, Kansas City, St. Louis, Little Rock, Milwaukee, Madison, Green Bay, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Columbus, Louisville, Lexington, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Richmond, Norfolk, and Raleigh-Durham. And the announcers for this game is CBS's top broadcast team, Jan Tony Romo. Current point spread is Philly -10.5, over under is 43. And of course, I'm taking my Eagles to win. What you expect? 31-17 Eagles. I have this game finishing over the 43. And I've got Philadelphia covering the 10.5 points. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers do cover. Now to the late afternoon portion of the schedule. And you got an AFC South battle hitting the 4-2 division leading Tennessee Titans, currently ranked number 13 in my Week 8 power rankings, at the 1-4-1 and AFC South cellar dwelling Houston Texans, ranked number 32. Sunday at 4:05 p.m. Eastern on CBS. On the CBS map on 506sports.com, this game is listed in yellow. The main CBS stations for this game are WTVF News Channel 5 in Nashville and KHOU 11 in Houston. Large to major markets receiving this game outside of Houston and Nashville include Dallas, Fort Worth, San Antonio, Austin, Phoenix, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Chicago, Memphis, Knoxville, Atlanta, and Charlotte. The announcers are Greg Gumbel and Adam Archuleta. Current point spread is Tennessee minus 2.5, and the over-under is 40.5. I'm picking the Titans to win 27-17, and I have them covering the 2.5 points. And the game will finish over the 40.5. Now to game 2 of Fox's doubleheader, also dubbed as America's Game of the Week. All depends on where you live. All right. You got the New York Football Giants at 6-1 and number 4 in my Week 8 power rankings. At the 4-3 and NFC West leading Seattle Seahawks, currently ranked number 19. The main game of interest in Fox's late window is the 3-4 San Francisco 49ers at the 3-3 Los Angeles Rams in an NFC West battle. And both are ranked close to each other in the power rankings. In fact, they're both in the top 10. LA is number 8, San Fran's number 9. And then the third game that makes up the doubleheader is the 3-4 Washington Commanders, ranked number 24 in my power rankings, with a 3-4 record, at the 3-1 Indianapolis Colts, ranked number 20. All 3 games are on Sunday at 4:25 Eastern, 1:25 Pacific on Fox. All right. So the national game of interest in the late window on Fox is the Niners and Rams. The main stations are KTVU Channel 2 in San Francisco and KTTV Channel 11 in Los Angeles, both of which are Fox-owned and operated stations. And this game is listed in red on the Fox late map on 506sports.com. Major markets getting this game include Reno, Las Vegas, Sacramento, Fresno, Bakersfield, San Diego, Phoenix, Tucson, Salt Lake City, Albuquerque, Denver, Colorado Springs, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Des Moines, Kansas City, St. Louis, Omaha, Wichita, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Little Rock, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Memphis, Chicago, Milwaukee, Madison, Green Bay, Birmingham, Grand Rapids, Detroit, Toledo, Knoxville, Charlotte, and Raleigh-Durham. And the announcers are Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson. The Giants-Seahawks game is listed in blue on the Fox late map on 506sports.com. The main Fox stations for this game are a pair of Fox-owned and operated stations, WNYW New York Channel 5 and KCPQ Seattle Channel 13. Major markets outside of New York and Seattle getting this include Portland, Boise, Dallas, Fort Worth, San Antonio, Houston, Atlanta, Orlando, Tampa Bay, Fort Myers, West Palm Beach, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Lexington, Cincinnati, Columbus, Cincinnati. I said Cincinnati, I meant Cleveland. Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Albany, Boston, Providence, Hartford, and Philadelphia. The announcers for this game are Kevin Kugler and Mark Sanchez. And in the third game, the Commanders and Colts, that's listed in green on the Fox Late map on 506sports.com. Main Fox stations for this game are Fox owned and operated WTTG Channel 5 in Washington and Fox affiliate WXIN Channel 59 in Indianapolis. Large to major markets receiving this game outside of Indy and DC include Austin, Louisville, Nashville, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Richmond, and Norfolk. And the announcers for this game are Brandon Gaudin and Robert Smith. Okay, the current point spreads for each game. For the Giants and Seahawks, the current point spread is Seattle at -3, and the over-under is at 44.5. For the Niners-Rams game, the current point spread is San Francisco -1, and the over-under is at 43. And for the Commanders-Colts game, the current point spread is Indianapolis -3, and the over-under is at 39.5. All right. As for my picks, I'm taking the Giants over the Seahawks 27-24. I have the game finishing over the 44.5 points. And I'm taking the Giants in a push since Seattle is favored by 3 points. And I have the Giants winning by 3, so that would equal a push. In the Niners-Rams game, I'm taking the 49ers 27-21. I have the game finishing over the 43 total, and I have San Francisco covering the 1-point spread. And finally, in the Commanders-Colts game, I have the home team. That would be Indianapolis winning 20-16. I have the game finishing under the 39.5 points. And I'm taking the Colts -3 against the spread. That brings us to Sunday Night Football. And the 3-4 and slumping Green Bay Packers, now number 17 in my Week 8 power rankings, facing off with the 5-1 Buffalo Bills, my number 1 team in the power rankings. Sunday night at 8:20 Eastern on NBC. The main NBC stations for this game include WGBA Channel 26 in Green Bay and WTMJ Channel 4 in Milwaukee, representing the Packers, and WGRZ Channel 2 in Buffalo, representing the Bills. The announcers are Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth. Current point spread is Buffalo -11. And yes, this is against an Aaron Rodgers-led team. And the over-under is 47.5. I've got the Bills winning 31-23, but I got Green Bay covering the 11 points as the road underdog. And wrapping things up, Monday Night Football, and an all-Ohio affair. The 4-3 Cincinnati Bengals traveling upstate to face their in-state rivals, the 2-5 Cleveland Browns. Monday night at 8:15 on ESPN. And this game will be locally televised on WCPO Channel 9 and WEWS Channel 5, the ABC television stations in both Cincinnati and Cleveland. And this game, of course, is announced by Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Current point spread is Cincinnati minus 3.5. And the over-under is at 46. And this is going to be my upset of the week. Give me the Browns in this one, 26-23. I have this game finishing just over the 46-point total. And I'm taking Cleveland as the home underdog at plus 3.5 against the spread. The Browns come in number 30 in my power rankings. The Bengals are number 7. And there it is, folks. You are all set for week number 8 in the National Football League. Those were my week 8 picks, both straight up and against the spread, plus the maps outlining the Sunday afternoon games. Again, go to www.506sports.com/NFL and see if there are any changes made to those maps. And I have the link in the description box below. Also, we also took a look at the announcers for all 15 games this week. So that's going to wrap things up here. What's coming up on my channel? Well, we'll take a look at the NBA and NHL standings on Monday mornings. I have decided to do it on Monday mornings. And what I decided to do it on Monday morning, so those should be up by about 11 a.m. Eastern time. So watch out for those. Also coming, the college football national rankings, both the AP and coaches poll. Those will come either Monday or Tuesday. Then we'll recap week number 8 in the week that was. Plus, I'll unveil my week 9 power rankings. That's also coming on Tuesday. And the first college football playoff standings of the 2022 season, they're dropping on Tuesday night. And I'll give you those either Tuesday night or Wednesday. I'm probably going to do it Tuesday night since I'll have some time to do it. Then you got the Week 10 college football schedule and all the announcers for each game. That'll be coming out on Wednesday. Or if I'm not doing anything Tuesday night, I'll get it out then. And then join me back here next week as I make my picks for Week 9 in the NFL with all the announced teams and the maps outlining these Sunday afternoon games. So all of that and more coming up next week. In the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell and get notified every time I go live. This is Big Al signing off. Thanks for watching and enjoy the pigskin, my friends. Peace out.